Hey, and welcome back to another video here on Ronnie the Reader. In today's video, we are going to be looking at another TBR reaction. Today's reaction is going to be from my Booktubeathon TBR from 2017. It used to be very popular and was like kind of the event of the year. So I made a TBR video for Booktubeathon. I also made vlogs, I think, for each day of Booktubeathon. Yeah, I did for that year. So those would be maybe fun for to look at in the future, but today I'm going to be looking at just the TBR and kind of seeing if I read those books and what I thought of them. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to have my video playing on 1.5 speed, so it is going to be a little bit sped up, but I will be pausing to give my thoughts on each book as we get to it. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Ronnie with another video today, and today I'm coming to you, or at you, with my Booktubeathon TBR video. The Booktubeathon runs the week of the... oh my gosh. It's not this upcoming week, but the following week. I think the dates are the 23rd through the 30th, or the 22nd through the 30th, something around that time. I just know it's like the last full week of July. And I'm really excited. This is my first year that I'm making videos for the Booktubeathon. I've read and followed the Booktubeathon since 2014, I think. Yeah, I think it was 2014. So I'm really excited to be a part of the community doing it now. And yeah, I'm excited to talk about the books I have picked for the readathon. Okay, so the first book that I picked covers the first two challenges, which is read a book with a person on the cover and read a hyped book. And that book is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I just talked about in my last video popular authors that I haven't read, that I have not read anything by Sarah J. Maas, and that I wanted to read this book in the Booktubeathon. And so I'm going to do it, hopefully. I have a feeling that I'll be able to get to this pretty quickly. It's not that long. I think it's only like 400 some pages. Yeah, just about like 400 pages. And I'm really excited to see what I think, because this is very hyped up. A lot of people on Booktube love it, and a lot of people have issues with it. Not necessarily this book, but later on in the series. So I'm excited to see what I think of it. And I don't know if this counts. Like, this is technically not a real person, but it's still a person. So I'm reading this for the first two challenges. Okay. I think that counts, but yeah, so I did end up reading Throne of Glass for Booktubeathon that year. And I have to say, the first Throne of Glass book was like a 3-star read for me. Like, I honestly didn't hate it. I thought it was very generic and kind of skipped over a lot of action, or just what I felt like maybe were more important scenes. And a very classic critique of Throne of Glass is that Celaena herself as a main character is not very like, what's the word? Not she's necessarily well thought out, but she just kind of is a lot of talk, maybe not so much action. And when she is talking, most of that is probably hating on other women, which was kind of one of my bigger issues with the first Throne of Glass book. And so, you know, I did end up reading it. I think I read the first 3 Throne of Glass books this summer, so I don't know if I'm going to be talking about any of the other books in this video, so I'll save my thoughts for them if they do come up. But yeah, so I ended up reading this. It was a 3-star read. I've now read all of Throne of Glass. None others of Sarah J. Maas's work, nor do I ever plan on reading any of her other work. But let's go on to book 2. So the second book that I picked, I already talked about in my July TBR. And this is for the challenge of read a book in one day, and it is Zeros by Scott Westerfeld. Kind of cheating because I've already started this book. I started a while ago. Yeah, so I've already talked about this. You can go watch the July 27 TBR, you can watch this one, you can watch my last reaction video. I'll go ahead and leave that linked here. I never ended up finishing Zeros. At least I don't think so. Like, honestly, still to this day, I'm very unsure. I'm pretty confident that I never ended up finishing it, and I don't feel that bad about it. So we can just go ahead and go to book 3. Fourth challenge is read about a character that is totally different from you. And for this challenge, have picked In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. I think everyone knows the true story of In Cold Blood. And I read the prologue of this back in... Okay, what? Why did I pick In Cold Blood as a character totally different from you? Like, wow, like 7 or 8, 19-year-old me, how old was I? 20-year-old me was freaking wild, man. Like, whoa, that is, I'm sorry, I just can't get past that. I feel like that is wildly inappropriate. I feel like, this is a true story. There's not even real characters, and I don't even know, like, am I gonna justify this? Let me continue to see if I justify it myself. I think January when I was at the airport waiting to board my flight to go back to school for second semester. And it was really gripping, really entertaining, but I've realized that I can't really read in public places. I just get too distracted. And yeah, so I'm excited to read this, and definitely the subject of this book I've never experienced, so I'm kind of twisting that to say that this is a character very different from me, even though this is all true events and things. And I'm really excited to read about this because this is like an American classic, I would say. Like, is this not considered a classic? I consider it a classic. But yeah, so I'm really excited to dive into this one because I think it's going to be heartbreaking and really sad, but also really powerful. So the fifth challenge is... Wow, no, yeah, okay. Yeah, inappropriate. I deserve to be canceled for that. That is absolutely wild and ridiculous that I said those things. Anyway, I did end up reading In Cold Blood. I actually don't think I read it for this Booktubeathon. I think I read it actually the following year in 2018. And I have a memory of reading this book when it was cold outside. So yeah, and anyway, I did end up reading it. I think it was like 3 stars overall. I honestly wasn't like my favorite thing in the world, but it's definitely worth, I think, re-examining that for myself maybe in the future. Definitely it's obviously in there as far as talks of like true crime, ethically consuming true crime, like what does that look like? So yeah, let's just keep moving then. To finish a book outdoors, and I'm not even going to really attempt this challenge because I cannot read outside, really. I can read on the beach, which is weird, but if I just tried to like sit like in my backyard or like... It's not outside. I'm stupid. Like, I hate myself. This... Okay, what book was I not even going to attempt reading outside? In the park and read. Like, I just could not do it. I don't know. It's one of my weird things, I guess. I don't know. So I'm not gonna really attempt this challenge. Yeah, just, I don't know. I'm just weird. So then moving right along to the... I hate myself. I'm just so weird. I'm so quirky. That's fucking stupid. Like, I'm sorry. That was stupid. Sixth challenge, which is read a book you bought because of the cover. And this is once again kind of a cheat, but it is The Romanovs by Simon Sebag Montefiore. I have no idea how you say that name, but look how pretty this is. Like, oh my gosh. And like the inside you can't really see, but there's like the cover is like drawn, like etched into, there you can see a little bit. It's so pretty. Oh my god. But fun fact about me, I love the Romanov dynasty. Just like the history of it. I'm not the biggest fan of Russia, I'll say. Like I mean, like, and I don't mean like I hate Russia or like Russians. It's just like I'm not interested in Russian society and learning about Russia like other people are. Like a Book Olive, who really is, and like I love watching her videos about Russia because she's so passionate about it. And like, even though I'm not that interested in the subject matter, I do love her passion. But the one area of Russia history that really does interest me is... This is so hard to watch. Like, this honestly is very difficult to watch. Anyway, let's just talk about the book, and let's not even touch on anything that I just said right there. I mean, I do really find the Romanov dynasty, like, quite fascinating, and the history of it, I think, is really entertaining. Well, not even entertaining. See, it's not entertaining. It's just very, like, reading about it is like, wow, like, this really was, like, such a fascinating, interesting time in history. As far as this book, first of all, how did I ever think I was going to finish this within the span of just a week, like, while also trying to read, like, 5 or 6 other books? Like, that's not happening. And no, I've never finished this book. I still own it to this day. It's still technically on my TBR cart. Who knows when I'll ever get to it, but I'm never getting rid of it because I do actually find the book to be completely beautiful, and I would like to keep it forever. So the last challenge is read 7 books, and as you see, I only had 4 for the previous challenges, so if I somehow finish all of those or something, I don't even know, the next books that I have lined up are the first 3 Harry Potters. I love Harry Potter. I think everyone loves Harry Potter. Actually, not everyone, but I do, and I'm really excited to reread these because I do want to reread them starting towards the end of this year and then into next year, hopefully. Especially because when I read them the first time, it was my family's old beat-up editions. Like, besides this one and the Deathly Hallows, like, these editions are rough, man. They're, like, ripped up. They are so old. Like, they're rough. Rough. So I'm excited to sorry, I'm excited to reread them in these new editions. Yeah, so these are what I have planned for if I somehow finish all those other 4 books I've already previously mentioned. I didn't actually plan, I guess, to like truly read 7 books, but as far as the Harry Potters, I don't think I ended up getting to any of them then during the Booktubeathon, but I did reread Harry Potter later on. Obviously, it's much more now of a controversial series because of a certain author's actions relating to Harry Potter, a discussion and something that has been a lot of discussion in general in Booktube and over Booktube over the last couple of years. But as far as just reacting to those books, I didn't, like I said, did not end up reading them then, but I did eventually reread the Harry Potter series. I actually listened to them via audiobook form in the like back half and then like first 3 months or so of 2020, I think. So I re-listened to the entire series as an audiobook. But yeah, that was my reaction to Booktubeathon, and honestly, like, no takeaways from the books, really. Like, they were all fine. Like, no standouts, absolute bangers, knockouts of books were discussed there. I think the bigger takeaway is that I am just completely unhinged, and what was I even saying in that video? So that's all. That's where I'm going to leave it for now. Let me know what you thought of this reaction, and after realizing that I did vlog all of Booktubeathon, I feel like I might want to react to my videos about Booktubeathon from 2017 and just kind of see what I thought of them, like in real time as I was reading them. I actually really enjoy going back and visiting my old videos just to kind of relive my thoughts in the moment because, you know, things get so kind of conflated in your mind. So anyway, that is all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in another video soon. Bye.